Episode number 25. Wow, Lisa Pezik here, and so excited to be sharing a story with you today and teaching you how to heal yourself going into 2018. Now, you're probably asking yourself, what the heck does healing have to do with health and business and making some money and serving this world? And healing actually has everything to do with how you are going to show up in 2018, how you are going to craft your life and your vision and your ambitions and your goals, and how you're going to smash 2018 and make it your best year yet. If you go into 2018 feeling broken, feeling not connected, feeling frustration or anger or shame or just not being confident, you're not setting yourself up to win. So if there's anything that's unsettling that happened to you or that you're carrying in 2017, I want this podcast to serve and help you heal with a few things you can do to end your year and start 2018 with a bang. And I was going to share, I love podcasting because I feel like it's just me and you. I feel like I can share my life with you and my goals and my research, and I can just give the best of me to you. So this week, it's U.S. Thanksgiving tomorrow, and I am originally from Pennsylvania, married an amazing Canadian. So that's what took me to living here outside of Toronto. So it is awesome because I get to celebrate two Thanksgivings. The Canadian Thanksgiving is in October, and of course the US Thanksgiving is in November. So we celebrate both, and I love it. I love everything about Thanksgiving. It makes me reflect. It makes me have a lot of gratitude. It makes me see the people that I have in my life and appreciate them for how they help me and how I help them. And it's just a beautiful time of year. But it wasn't once like that for me, because a defining moment that I will always remember around Thanksgiving, there were 4 or 5 people deep at our Thanksgiving table. And I sat down and took my place with my family. And my fiance, who's now my amazing husband, my fiance was beside me. And I knew it was going to happen. I didn't know when. It wasn't a matter of if, but when. And as the main meal was being cleared and the dessert was being brought out, I innocently got up to go get a piece of pumpkin pie. And that was when it happened. My mom, her head turned like a damn exorcist. Green stuff was about to fly out of her mouth. Her head turned. She rose up in front of our entire family. And she looked at me and she said, "Lisa Marie, don't you dare put one more piece of food in your mouth. You to fit into a wedding dress. You have gotten so fat. You're going to be a fat bride. And if you were smart, you would stop eating." And the shame that I felt overcame me. And if you ever felt so much shame that you literally wanted to run, yeah, that's what I did. I excused myself from the table. I ran up to my old childhood bedroom with New Kids on the Block pictures on the door and on the walls. And my fiance, who's now my husband, he ran up behind me. He excused himself from the table, ran up behind me. He hugged me. He held me. He took my hand, and we walked out of that house together. And it was in that moment that I made a decision. Enough. That was the only word that I kept saying in my head after that happened to me. Enough. Enough. I need to leave the criticizer behind. So I want to challenge you Do you have a critic in your life? Maybe that's your mom, maybe that's a parent, maybe that's a boss, maybe that's an ex, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's yourself. Maybe you're your own worst critic. And have you been letting that critic win? Because if so, I want you to stand up and say enough. And that was when I made the decision that I was going to unapologetically sit at the table of opportunities in my life. And not just sit at the table, but put my elbows on it and take space for what I want in my life. Some of you know I've lost over 100 pounds. If you've been following me over the last year, 2 years, I lost over 100 pounds. I grew a 6-figure side hustle coaching women in business and health while working full-time as a registered nurse. But truly, my greatest accomplishment, he sits at my table between my husband and I. And it's our almost 4-year-old son, Oliver. And, the other day he said to me, "Mommy, I want to help people feel good about themselves, just like you do." And then, of course, in his Oliver way, he put his hands on his hips and he said, "And Mommy, I am a superhero. And I can do anything." And I'm just smiling because I'm just thinking about that moment. I looked at him and I said, "Buddy, you don't have to be a superhero. You just have to be you." So I want to challenge you. I want to help you heal. It took that moment and that support of my husband for me to finally go, this is batshit crazy. I'm sabotaging myself every day because it was all I ever knew, and it was the input that was being put in my brain, and I was listening to it. So me taking his hand and standing up and saying enough, and then not passing that same legacy onto my son, was me really putting my foot down and saying enough. And I want to challenge you in this moment to do the same. So the 4 things I want you to look at to end this year strong, to help you heal going into 2018 to make it your best year yet. So the H, I want you to have an honest look at your life. Who is that criticizer in your life? Who is it? Identify them. Get the picture in your brain. And if it's something that you need help overcoming, I had to go to therapy to be able to talk about things in my life. And it could be something that happened to me, massive like that, years and years of that. Or it could just be a one-off event, something that a coach said to you or a friend or a boss. It doesn't have to be this epic traumatic thing that spun you a little bit out of control. Your reality is your reality, and your experiences are real to you. And I want you to have an honest look at who have you been letting win in your life. And I want you to overcome that by the end of this year. I want you to call who you need to call. I want you to journal what you need to journal. I want you to go and find personal development books on that topic. Whatever medium is going to help you address it right now, that's what I want you to do. Number 2, the E. I want you to start engaging your core. And what does that mean? Your head and your gut are so connected. So I want you to look at your posture, the way you're sitting, the way you're standing, how you carry yourself when you talk to other people. Are your arms crossed? Do you cross your legs? Are you closed off in the conversations that you're having with people? And I was just at a conference, it's called World's Greatest Speaker Training, with a man named Bo Eason, who rocked my freaking world. And he was saying, women, a lot of the things that we do is we either stand when we're talking to people, we stand with our feet really close together, or we cross our legs, because that's what we've been taught. We've been taught that womanly way to close everything off. And he's saying his take-home message was, don't F with Mother Nature. Like, you are a woman. You are a predator. You are meant to take what you want in this world, and you were born powerful. And somewhere in this world, we've allowed ourselves to negate that, or to minimize that, or to apologize for that. And I want you to stop apologizing. I want you to stand like you're powerful. I want you to look people in the eye like you're powerful, because you are powerful. I want you to engage your core, get your posture upright, and I really want you to start thinking about the look that you're presenting yourself with in this world. And when you sit up straight, pull your shoulders back, engage your core, get super laser focused, spread your legs, for lack of better words, and start to feel powerful, your whole thoughts and your reality and your environment changes. So I want you to start showing up more powerful in your day, and people will not be able to take their eyes off you. People will feel that power, and they will give you that respect that you've been wanting so desperately this year. Now, the A in healing, we talked about having an honest look at your life, engaging your core. The A, I want you to aim your arrow. And that means, what direction do you want your life to go in 2018? And it can only be one thing, because many of us nowadays are crazy distracted. We're chasing the shiny object. We're doing what other people are asking us to do. We are people pleasing. We are procrastinating our own health. We are creating the products and programs that people think they need, not the ones that we know in our heart can make the biggest difference in this world if you're in business. We're saying yes to too many things. So I want you to pull back that arrow, and I want you to aim it in the direction that you want to go. One thing in business, one product or program or service, one thing, and get that sucker outperforming everything else. So you sell the crap out of that one thing. You run ads to that one thing. You perfect that one thing. Maybe it's going live on Facebook or getting better on video. You focus in on that one thing that's going to move you forward in business. If it's your health, what's that one thing you've been sucking at? Have you not been making the time for your workouts? Have you been eating crap? Have you not been going to bed and sleeping? Have you been slacking on the water or drinking other things too much that isn't good for you? What is it? Do you have to change your environment? Do you have a gym membership but you never use it? Do you need some at-home workouts? Do you need to look into a HelloFresh, or there's a bajillion out there, a healthy meal service to be brought to your house because your days legitimately are psychotic and you don't have time to cook a healthy meal? Your reality, remember, your reality is your reality. You don't have to apologize for it. You don't have to explain it. You just have to go do that one thing that's going to shoot that arrow forward and move that needle forward. So what are you going to aim your arrow at? Get it down right now on paper, right now. Write out the word right now. And then you can set the plan later of what it is that you need to fix. And then lastly, I want you to let go of labels. That's the L in the heal. Oh, man, I hate that word. I shouldn't say hate. It's a strong word. I strongly dislike labels. We show up in this world what we think we've been told, or what we think that we are too bossy, or we're not skinny enough, or we're overweight, or we're fat, or we're dumb, or we're too powerful, or we're not powerful enough, or we're a helicopter mom, or we're a difficult parent, or whatever those labels that someone has sent you. They've categorized you. You know, I went and did my speech at World's Greatest Speaker Training. They had this this part of the training where there were 30 VIP spots where you can get up on stage and you could give your signature story, meaning who you are, what you do, and why you're so moved to do the work that you do, and what got you in that place. What's your signature story? And sharing that story about my mom at Thanksgiving and the pumpkin pie, that was my signature story. That was the moment that I realized that I don't ever want anyone to feel like they're not enough. I don't want anyone to ever feel like they have to hold back and not be them and apologize for the situation that they're at in their life. Because it's not about apologizing. It's about going after what you want and taking those steps in your life to make whatever happen that you want to happen. So after you give your signature story, it went amazing. They gave you some swag, and you were allowed to go get part of the promoter's, a shirt or a necklace or whatever he had, part of the swag that people were buying all weekend long for getting up there and being brave and doing that. They were giving you swag. So I went up there to get my swag, and the woman behind the desk, she's like, "You freaking rocked it." And I was like, bam, I know I did. It felt so good, on cloud nine. And then she said to me, "But don't take this the wrong way." And I was like, oh man, this ain't going to be good, whatever's coming out of her mouth now. Because you know I'm going to take it the wrong way. When someone says don't take it the wrong way, you're like, okay, this ain't going to be good. She goes, I wouldn't have expected that coming from you. I was like, what? I didn't say that. But in my brain, I'm like, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Because I don't look a certain way. Like, I don't look like I could be good on stage. I don't look powerful. I don't look smart. So all these labels, I started asking in my brain, like, well, what do I look like? And then again, I said, enough. Stop it. Her opinion of me does not matter. Her thoughts about whatever I should look like, sound like, be like, it's irrelevant. So anyone that throws that kind of nonsense at you, do not give it another second of your time, because she didn't give it another second of her time thinking about how to word that better. She just said whatever the hell she wanted and really didn't care what my reaction was. So you don't care about what they throw at you. It's like a ping pong table. You ping it back and go, get out of here. I don't got time for that. So let go of those labels. The only opinion that matters is the one that you have of yourself. So you got to heal. If you want 2018 to be different than 2017 was, and don't get me wrong, there are parts of 2017 that I love. There were parts that were amazing. I grew my business. I grew my masterminds. I published my book. I got a book deal. I launched my signature program, which is crushing it, helping women eat for their body type and get their energy and their life back and let go of those labels. There was some amazing, I traveled the world. I went to San Diego, Arizona, San Francisco, Santa Clara, Ottawa here in Canada, our capital. I went all over the world this year, and it was amazing. I'm going to go to London, England next month to speak on stage to 500 women entrepreneurs on an event. But there were parts of 2017 that I could legitimately flip the bird to, because it was tough. There were hard moments, and I can't let those hard moments hold me back and think that that's my reality. So I got to heal from those. I got to make peace with those, so that 2018, I'm just looking forward. And the way that I'm going to do it is the exact same way that I taught you. I'm going to have an honest look at my life and what I want. I'm going to engage my core and make sure my posture is on point. My legs are spread. I know it sounds so wrong to say it that way, but you get what I'm saying. I'm standing in that powerful pose. I'm not closing myself off. I'm going to aim my arrow and focus on the one thing that I need to fix. And I know what that is for me. I need to sell more. And people get all icky about that word sell, but I need to let people know how I can help them more and make more offers to people because they get distracted in this world. And I know my products and programs will serve and will help. So I got to get that confidence to sell. And lastly, I want you to let go of labels. When people throw that shit at you, just throw it back. It's not even worth you spending an extra second around any of that. You have a criticizer in your life, let it go. You're the criticizer, do the work to get over it. Because nobody got time to be carrying that negative baggage over into 2018. This is a defining moment for you. This is a defining week for you. This is a defining time to plan now, not in January, not when you're in it. You plan it now so that when January 2nd rolls around, you're like, I'm ready to go. Will you do that for me? Will you do that for you? I want to see you out there in business, crushing 2018, and I want to see you out there getting in the best physical and mental and emotional shape of your life. 2018 is going to be incredible. I can't wait to see you out there. I'll see you again next time.